definitely going to change everything when it comes to the finishing order of this race. Jeremy Miller, can he recover from that kind of damage? I don't really know if he could, because I mean, this is such a aero-dependent track.
Well, see, I don't think he
wall,
can because
like he smacked it pretty hard.
He came into the pits immediately after the leader, as now Chambliss comes into the pits. So does the 37 of Swiggett. So this could leave Robbie Kennelly into the lead of this race.
Back and forth like that. And a couple times I got on the inside there on the front stretch, and
shut up.
You know, I could have pushed it a little wider, but
a little bit of a surprise, but he gained 12 positions. Started down in some bumhole position right towards the back and ended up finishing. Oh geez, I can't even find you. Oh, Sanchez has gone from an almighty flip. He got hit by the wall monster. That's where we see him flipping back onto his wheels. That was an incredible flip. Sanchez and the 21 of Brian Chambliss, they're battling for 7th and 8th. Kyle Kraus wants... Hello everyone and welcome to the Richmond Raceway and welcome to the marked out 125 here on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel. I'm your commentator, the Aussie Sim Commentator, and we're here for what should be a fairly exciting race. Richmond Raceway, next gen cars. Corey Steinhauser has spun out in turn 4. And just got collected by about 4 other people. And the one thing that we've noticed so far in practice is that these cars are very loose corner exit and very, very tight corner entry. You see there was the ASPCA car getting a little bit sideways coming out too, and he ended up on the infield. Matt Burgess going for a crash. A couple of crashes going on. There's lead gunner and operator Jonas Sanchez. Mark Pentakoff, he's back. A huge pile up in turn 1. I think these guys might be just about getting ready for a pit party. The 13 of Travis Massiel was deep inside of Frank Isaacson in the 24. But most cars are in the pits. There is Robert DeVore in the 6. PJ Crampton still on track. And the 66 of Sam Niederhelm is still on track. We've got 24 cars to tackle today's racing action. Strength of field at 25.38. As indeed everyone is gearing up for a pit party here. Everyone's going to start making their way out onto the track. Well, TJ Crampton's still out on track. We'll probably get 2 pace laps here for the pit party, and then we'll get into the racing action. And with the way that these cars are, we could potentially see quite a few cautions. Because it is just a big mix of loose and tight at all the wrong times. So could end up being very interesting. There's the 13 of Travis Massiel just in front of him, the 3 of Paul Cox, the 6 of Robert DeVore, 12 of Matt Burgess on the front row. Looking at the 4 of Jaron Sanchez just in front of him, Jonas Marquez in the 64. As we're getting ready to go green for the pit party. And we're off and racing. Thomas Harden is currently sitting on top with a 22.57. But Matt Burgess second, Matt Horton in third. Cars absolutely everywhere as everyone's trying to fight for a little bit of real estate here on the track. And Frank Isaacson already loose, and around he goes. A couple of people collected him. But for the most part, everyone's still going. And I don't think that's the way his left front is meant to be pointing. Oh, Jonas Marquez is gone, so too is Jaron Sanchez. In the background, Brian Chambliss as well, who is sporting the Sundrop livery. And 22 of Cole Woods. Just in front of him, the 33 of Matt Horton. Oh, and around goes Robert DeVore, TJ Crampton caught up, Paul Cox caught out, and Corey Steinhauser nowhere to go. So Robert DeVore in one incident here in the pit party, taking out all 3 Speedway Memes Motorsports drivers. That takes talent. Normally, the Speedway Memes Motorsport drivers take each other out. There's definitely a lot of playing around with brake bias going on here. You want to have it more forward than the default, but you don't want to have it too far forward because your rear tires will actually slide around here if you stomp on the brakes too hard. Need a 38 and a 33, that's Thomas Harmon. and Matt Horton. Just in front of them, Brian Pizzakemi. Just behind them, Mark Pentacuff. As I said, Mark back from holiday, so he is looking to put in some hard yards here. He's currently P20 in the standings. Side by side goes a 78 and a 38. Frank Isaacson exit stage left to the fence. There's a 66 of Sam Niederhelm, as he is trying to hold up. Oh, and Corey Steinhauser running down the back straight, and he ran into Frank backwards. And he's going to come straight back out on track. There's a 64 Jonas Marquez. The ASPCA car. Autism, it's not for wimps. On the bonnet. Now, for those of you who don't know what Marked Out is actually the band that our league owner and operator, Jaron Sanchez, is a drummer for. So make sure you go check them out. Sure, you can find them on YouTube. You might find them on Facebook, I'm not sure. Couldn't be bothered asking. Sam Niederhelm though holding off Robert DeVore at the moment. Both of them looking for some decent results. Before Jaron Sanchez trying to get into this battle as well. There's a lot of loose cars on this track. The 9, Joe Slama, 24, Frank Isaacson have it coming together. Bruce Steinhauser backwards once more on the back straight. Oh, and Robert DeVore, that thing just snapped right on him. His right front is just absolutely dead. This looks like a tight little group. 12 to 8 and 33. It's Burgess, Harris and Horton. Horton just gave Harris a little hurry up. And Harris got loose coming out of turn 4 and ended up in the wall. How many times can I use H words in a few sentences? Horton makes quick work there of those guys. Let's have a look at the standings as they stand at the moment. Got Harmon, Burgess, Horton, Champeau, Slama, Kraus, Lozelle, Sanchez, Pizzakemi and Cox as your top 10. That's Massieu, Crampton, Bennett, DeVore, Steinhauser, Watson, Marquez, Chambliss, Niederhelm, Woods, Harris, Pentacuff, Bowden. I'm missing a name there somewhere. Trying to figure out where I missed the name. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Very possibly two of Chris Champeau's that I've missed. No, he's up round 4. I don't know who the hell I've missed. Must be someone who hasn't set a time yet. The only thing I can think of. Where's Carl Kraus? That's the name that I missed. No, it's not. He's up in P6. I don't know. I'm an idiot. But you get that on the big jobs. Lots of tight driving going on there. Brennan Bennett getting loose, coming out of 2. He's trying to save it. These cars are much harder to save. As soon as they start bobbling, it's almost certainly a death sentence. John Lozelle, who just got underneath TJ Crampton. TJ getting into the fence there a little bit. Now he's getting underneath of John Lozelle. Both of them behind Robert DeVore. As there is now just under 12.5 minutes left of practice. All the drivers be gearing up to do final preparations, their final little setup adjustments. Make sure they got all their T's crossed and their I's dotted. Some of them will be making sure they got their T's dotted and their I's crossed. Because that's just the way some people roll. Robert DeVore is just trying to do his best Ken Block impersonation, and it didn't quite work out for him. Oh, Steinhauser. That was a big crunch into the inside wall. Back out onto the track. Right in front of Mark Pentakoff. Oh. And Steinhauser found Kraus. There's some people out here that will be working on just one lap pace. There's some people out there just trying to work on some race pace. Steinhauser, one of those working on race paces around. Goes the 38 of Thomas Harmon and the 24 of Frank Isaacson. Matt Burgess has gone to the top of the timetables with a 22.538.028 faster than Thomas Harmon. .78, Brian Pizzicami getting underneath of Jaron Sanchez. Brian Chambliss looking for a way through as well. And around goes Chambliss. I'm going to be saying 3 words a lot, and around goes, because I'm just expecting to say it quite a bit for this race. As around goes the one of Brendan Bennett. Oh, Corey Steinhauser has popped himself up into 4th. Just nailed a 22.644. But currently it's Horton, Harmon, Burgess, Steinhauser, Champeau, Slama, Kraus, Lazelle, Crampton, and Sanchez, your top 10. I'm still only seeing 23 names on my list, as Joe Slama and Matt Horton get around Adam Bowden, who caught the wall there a little bit, coming out of turn 2. And just as quickly as Steinhauser was up there in 4th, he's been dropped down to 7th. Let's go through your full 24 drivers now. Horton, Harmon, Crampton, Burgess, Lazelle, Slama, Steinhauser, Champeau, Kraus, Sanchez, Pizzicami, Massio, Bennett, Cox, Chambliss, DeVore, Isaacson, Marquez, Woods, Niederhelm, Watson, Harris, Pentacuff, and Bowden. That is all 24 drivers, so 24 times have been registered. Still don't know who it was that we missed before. As we now just have 6 minutes left in practice. Track is definitely starting to rubber in a little bit as well. Because those bottom 2 lanes getting very dark. As long as you don't pay too much attention to all the skid marks on the back straight. Now 5 minutes left, so about 10 laps to go. Around goes Travis Massier on the front stretch. Now that was quite a bit of a slide too. There's the 65 of Steinhauser. He's up behind Kyle Kraus. Kraus, the hometown hero here from Virginia. Steinhauser getting into the fence a little bit there. Oh, sideways goes Kraus and into the side of Steinhauser he went. In the background you saw Matt Horton getting sideways. The things tend to get a little bit crazier towards the end of practice. Oh, Paul Cox and Steinhauser have had it coming together. Not sure who did what there. Of Massier losing it in the front again, going through the nicely manicured grass. Paul Cox looking like he wants to try and work on a hot lap here, running high in turn 3. And around he goes. Kept it off the wall though. Yep. Found a little hole in the wall. But decides to tow it anyway. The 39 of James Watson. And the spinning number 5 of Mark Pentecoff. Back to James Watson. And behind him, Travis Massier in a 13. Oh, and there goes Travis. Bye, Travis. So top 5 right now is Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. There's 3 more Chevys from 6, 7, 8. And 9, 10, 11 are Fords. I only see 2 Toyotas in the field. Thirteen Chevys. 9 Fords. It's not a bad spread. We are now entering the final minute of practice. And that can mean only one thing. Because very shortly we're going to go to a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to see how the grid is going to be set here for the start of the marked out 125 here at the Richmond Raceway, to make sure you guys stay tuned. Welcome back to Richmond Raceway for the marked out 125 here on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel. Qualifying is complete and the field has been set. On the pole, it's going to be the 61 of TJ Crampton. Starting out of P2 will be the 2 of Chris Champeau. Third position will be the 38 of Thomas Harmon. P4 will be the 12 of Matt Burgess, with P5 the 9 of Joe Slama. P6 will be the 39 of James Watson, with P7 the 23 of John Lazelle. P8 the 60 of Kyle Kraus. P9 will be the 21 of Brian Chambers, with P10 the 13 of Travis Massia. Then we are going to have Jonas Marquez in 11th, Cole Woods 12th, Robert DeVore 13th, Paul Cox 14th, Matt Horton 15th, Frank Isaacson in P16, Brian Harris 17th, Jaron Sanchez 18th, Corey Steinhauser will be out of 19th, Sam Niederhelm 20th, Brian Pizzakemi 21st, Brennan Bennett 22nd, Mark Pentecup in 23rd, and Adam Bowden starting out of the 24th position. The first restart will be on green. All the restarts will be on the leader in the restart zone. The leader will have lane choice. And it's probably going to be a bit of a rough ride out there, honestly. The Geico starting zone there, the restart zone. So if you are watching this back on YouTube, tell me now what your predictions are for how many cautions there are and how many people are going to finish this race. I mean, you never know. We might go caution free the whole way. We're going now as we come into turns 3 and 4. The pace car will make that hard left turn into the pits. And here we go. We're off and racing. And it looks like TJ Crampton actually got a little bit of wheel spin there off the line. But he is going to lead us down into turns number 1 and 2 with Chris Champeau on his outside. And he is going to fall back to third behind the 38 of Thomas Harmon. Thomas moves himself up into second. Looks like Matt Burgess trying to take third, but he's not going to get there. So Chris Champeau will hold on to that third position. As it looks like the front of the pack here is just sorted out for now. These guys know it's a long race and shouldn't be pushing too hard, but you never know what's going through the driver's mind as they're going around the track. As Thomas Harmon looking a little bit loose there coming to turn 1, he's sliding up the track and he's kept it off the fence. It's going to come to a complete stop, and that's going to bring out our first caution of the race. So to anyone who bet 0 cautions, you lose. Now we'll get these guys re-racked and restacked to do it all again. With TJ Crampton from Chris Champeau, Matt Burgess, Joe Slama, James Watson, John Lazelle, Kyle Kraus, Brian Chambers, Jonas Marquez, and Robert DeVore as your top 10. I've got a few people towards the back of the pack coming into the pits. Probably just to get a little bit of fuel in the tank. It looks like everyone's eager to get lined up and get back going here again. Lights are still on the pace car. Means we've still got at least 2 more laps of pacing. Still just waiting for everyone across the line here. See how the back of the field is going to be. As now we get the 1 to green signal. It looks like Thomas Harmon restarting from 18th. And San Anita Helm, Brian Pizzicami, Adam Bowden, Mark Pentecoff, Brandon Bennett, and Corey Steinhauser. And the pace car is in. We're off and racing. TJ Cranton with a huge jump there to restart this race. See the whole field streaming down into turns of 1 and 2. Gives us a good idea of where the action may be. See some side-by-side racing going on over there. 39 and the 64s, James Watson and Jonas Marquez. See the 60 Kyle Kraus up there as well. He's running the 23 of John Lozelle. It looks like Matt Horton trying to get busy here as well, working over to 39 of James Watson now. He's up on the inside. And now he's working to the inside of Jonas Marquez. And it looks like we're slowing down again. We have another caution. This one for the 6 of Robert Devore. He's got a whole lot of damage on this car. See what happened to Robert here in turn 1. On the outside of Paul Cox. They come into turn 1. Tries to slip in behind. Oh, you can see he's already loose. He's already sideways, overcorrects it, and plow straight into the turn 1 fence. And those front tires are absolutely buggered on that number 6 car. Oh, looks like a little bit of contact there as well. Oh, 83, nowhere to go. A little bit of contact as well for the 65 and the 5, Corey Steinhauser and Mark Pentecoff. And the 83, Adam Bowden, also copying a piece of that. So we're only on lap 10, and we are already on our second caution of the race. TJ Cranton leading the way. It sounds like the 6 trying to make his way to the pit lane. That right front is holding on for dear life. He will make it to his pit box by the looks of things. And there he goes. But he will go at least a lap down. And your order as it stands right now going to be TJ Cranton, Chris Champo, Matt Burgess, Joe Slama, John Lazelle, Kyle Kraus, Jonas Marquez, Matt Horton, James Watson, and Brian Chambliss as your top 10. There's going to be Harris, Massieu, Cox, Woods, Sanchez, Harmon, Isaacson. And then we'll get a little bit like Sam Niederhelm, Mark Pentecoff. Brennan Bennett's just gone into the pits. Brian Pezzachemi went to the pits before. Same too for Steinhauser. Adam Bowden is officially 1 lap down, and Robert DeVore is officially 2 laps down. Both of them getting repairs done. And the lights are out on the pace car. We'll be going back green this time by. John Lazelle is in the wrong lane there. I don't think he realizes it. I don't think he's really paying attention either. Let's see if he figures it out. There we go. Now he's in the correct lane. Here we go now. Pace car goes in. And watch for the restart in the restart zone. There we go. TJ Cranton with another big lead going off into turn number 1. Chris Champo still holding on to that second position. There's a battle for third between the 12 of Matt Burgess and the 9 of Joe Slama. Matt Burgess takes it out for now. It is 60 of Kyle Kraus just in here as well. Side by side for the 64 Jonas Marquez and the 33 of Matt Horton. Horton stuck on the outside, but he is making moves out there. Gets around Jonas Marquez. Behind them, the 39 of James Watson battling it out hard with the 21 of Brian Chambliss. Oh, and towards the front, someone just about the inside fence. There was a 2 of Chris Champo. He's managed to hold on to second though, but that has opened out a 6/10 of a second lead for TJ Cranton. And it looks like for the moment, all battle stations are still go as the 23 of John Lazelle now makes his way up the inside of Joe Slama to take over the 4th position. But the 60 of Kyle Kraus wants a piece of that as well. He tries getting up underneath of Joe Slama. And he's made it to the inside now. The 33 of Matt Horton. He hates being held up. And he's going to try and look for a way through as well. Joe Slama just getting absolutely monstered right now, but he will maintain position in front of Horton. And Horton will just intend to stay there in 7th. We'll focus on crashes now, see if we can see anything happening around the track. Everything looking pretty calm for the moment though. Looks like we might actually get a little bit of a run in here. We're looking at the 33 of Matt Horton. The 64 Jonas Marquez just in behind him. Jonas looking very racy back there, although he did just clear out the outside wall. Yeah, it looks like mostly single file, though there is a bit of a gap forming towards the back there. I'm just trying to look at where that is exactly. I think just behind these guys, one of Brandon Bennett. Falling off the pace here a little bit. Here's 78 of Brian Pizzakemi making a move on the 13 of Travis Massia. Oh, who was that? Just went by. I think that was a 66 of Sam Niederholm. Oh, that was. And that car has become junk very quickly. No caution, no. And unfortunately, Sam is going to have to go a few laps down to get this thing fixed. The racing action still resumes. And I thought for a second then I heard death. Definitely swear I saw the 64 Jonas Marquez getting sideways. And he has fallen back a ton. He was right up there a little bit. Now he's all the way down in 12th. See the 38 of Thomas Harmon making his way back up through the field as well. Oh, as there was a car stop there. Who was that? That's the 23 of John Lozelle, stopped in the middle of turn 4. See what happened to John. He was battling 12 of Matt Burgess. Looks like he just gets in there a little bit deep. Maybe a little bit of contact, gets onto the apron. Big sideways moment. 60 of Kyle Kraus goes high. Manages to avoid contact somehow. Good hands there as well for Joe Slama in the 9. And he is going to stop up there and bring out another caution here in this race. Everyone manages to get around him. So we are going to go to a commercial break now. When we come back, we're going to see how the pit stop cycles out if we do actually get pit stops here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. back to the marked out 125 here from the Richmond Raceway. And Brian Chambliss and Brian Harris have taken up the lead of this race. They did not pit under that caution. And they're going to be leading the way from Christian Poe, Kyle Kraus, Matt Burgess, Matt Horton, Joe Slama, Thomas Harmon, James Watson, and Jaron Sanchez as your top 10. If we can quickly go through the field here, it's Marquez, Bennett, Cox, Pizzakemi, Woods, Lozelle, Isaacson, Crampton, Massier, Pentacup, and Steinhauser is your top 21. Thought for a moment there we saw the 83 of Bowden hit the track, but he's gone back to the pits. Everyone's getting lined up here as we're getting ready to go back to green. The pace car is in. We're off and racing once more. Huge jump there for the 21 as he's trying to get away from all these pressure tyre drivers. Christian Poe took big advantage and has already moved up in the second. In fact, the 8 of Brian Harris is just getting absolutely monstered here by the whole field. Watch his progress as he gets demoted further and further down the field. So it's Chambliss, Champo, Burgess, Kraus, Horton right now. Horton and Slama actually battling side by side. They're battling over the 5th position. As, 3 wide. A little bit of a touch there from Marquez on Sanchez. 3 wide again. Lots of 3 wide going on. Brandon Bennett. Close action racing. Brandon Bennett got hung out to dry there, the outside of Pizzakemi and Crampton. And it almost looks like these guys are driving in slow-mo. And they're really not. Front of the field, Christian Poe is taking the lead. Where's Chambliss? There he is. He's fallen back to P6 and nearly down to 7th now as Joe Slama's going to get around him. Into the fence a little bit. And wouldn't this be a terrible time for Chambliss and Harris if we got a green flag run here? They're the only 2 who did not pit. It was 61. Crampton making a move on the inside of John Lozelle there in the 12. And like the 78, Pizzakemi just got into the fence there a little bit. Side by side go the Speedway Memes Motorsports drivers. Just about. John Lozelle this time got into the fence. There we go, now they're side by side. Crampton gets around Cox. Cox now under attack from Pizzakemi. Oh, John Lozelle looking very loose there outside of Pizzakemi. Now the 61 of Crampton goes around the outside of Brian Chambliss. Looks like Paul Cox is going to follow suit around the outside of Chambliss, using Chambliss as a pick to stay in front of Pizzakemi. Oh, Pizzakemi got loose there. John Lozelle now gets around him as well. Brian Harris has fallen all the way down to 20th. Got Mark Pentecoff back there with him. And they have fallen off the back of the pack quite considerably. We also do have Adam Bowden back out on track. He's in 23rd. And he's actually about to get around Sam Niederhelm for the 22nd position. As Niederhelm has just gone 19 laps down. Bowden is currently 19 laps down. Definitely a big fall from grace here for Chambliss. He was probably expecting another quick caution. Such is the trend of this race so far. But definitely looks like we're getting a bit of a green flag run here. '13 Travis Massier. Got the 22 of Gold Woods there. As we jump up to Kyle Krause, who is in 3rd. He's trying to hunt down Matt Burgess. Got Thomas Harmon sitting in 4th. So he's made a great recovery after spinning early and being mired in the back of the pack. Adam Bowden heading back into the pits. He says, I got 20th. Oh, sorry, I got 22nd. Probably as far as I'm going to get at the moment. Could also just be that he was getting out of the way of traffic. 66 of Sam Niederhelm also coming back out onto the track now. We are 50 laps into this race. There's 75 to go. Now the leader's just getting around Sam Niederhelm. He's trying to stay out of the way. He doesn't want to get involved in their battle. He does have much fresher tyres than everyone else, by virtue of being sat in the pits for so long. The fastest lap of the race so far done by TJ Crampton, 22.583. Fastest time last lap was a 22.767 by Thomas Harmon. Thomas Harmon, he's hunting down Burgess and Krause. He wants to get back onto that podium. Burgess and Krause battling it out pretty hard here for the second position as well. Krause just looking for any advantage he can get over Burgess. Tries to pressure to pass. Ooh, a little bit sideways there was Krause. Now it looks like Brian Harris just about falling into the clutches of the leaders here now. He's only got a corner between himself and Chris Champeau. As Thomas Harmon well and truly on the back of Kyle Kraus now. Slama and Horton are battling it out over the 5th position. Slama just took that position. As we are nearing the halfway marker of this race. Halfway is 62 and a half. So it's when we get to the back straight on lap 63. Chris Champeau now right on the tail of Brian Harris. The first of the naturally lap down cars. Now he's going to run high and stay out of the way of the rest of the top 5. He doesn't want to get involved in their fight. And he's probably regretting not taking tyres on that last caution, as this has been a pretty decent run. And now we are officially at the halfway marker as Chris Champeau goes halfway down the back straight. There's 62 and a half down, 62 and a half to go. There's the 64 of Jonas Marquez. Currently P11, he's holding off Paul Cox. Ooh, sideways was 23 of John Lozelle. And that was enough of a distraction for Paul Cox to get underneath of Marquez. Marquez, oh, sideways. Gonna say he's doing a great job of holding him off on the outside line with the momentum. But that sideways allowed Paul Cox to take the advantage. Paul Cox up to the 11th. John Lozelle just overtaken Jaron Sanchez. That's for the 9th position. It looks like he did that on the outside of 3 and 4 as well. Not an easy overtake to make. Oh, John Lozelle. He's in the inside fence. And that car looks done. That left front is absolutely smashed to bits. That is unfortunate for John Lozelle. Having a good run there too. Oh, that's the 83. Adam Bowden. Sideways. And I think that may have brought out a caution, possibly. No, it didn't. He got sideways, but there was no caution from it. And the 8, Brian Harris gets into the fence while letting Jaron Sanchez by. Speaking of Jaron Sanchez, don't forget, Marked Out is his band that he plays with. He is the drummer for that band. You definitely catch some of their playing action on YouTube. And I think you can actually find them on Facebook as well, but I'm not entirely sure about that. This is Thomas Harmon. He's in third. He got around Kyle Kraus. As we're drawing ever closer to 50 to go. Chris Champeau still leading the way. Oh, big sideways moment there for Frank Isaacson in front of the lap down car, Sam Niederhelm. Right back up with our leaders, Champeau, Burgess and Harmon. Harmon actually dropped off from the back of Burgess here a little bit. Possibly trying to save his tyres a little bit. As they're probably feeling very second-hand. Well, we are 43 laps into this run. And the leaders are about to encounter some heavy lap traffic, but maybe not, as Adam Bowden has gone around and that has brought out the caution. Let's see what happened to Adam here. Running very low on the back straight. Was he maybe trying to pit? Him following the dotted line there onto the apron. And yeah, I think he was trying to come down into the pit lane and just carrying too much speed. There's no grip down there on the apron. And around he goes. Oh, Sanchez just escaping without contact. Same two for Marquez. Very good job for both of them. Oh, Pizzacami cranked that thing to the left to avoid hitting him. And that has brought out another caution here in this race. So with that, we're going to go to another commercial break here. When we come back, we'll be going to the checkered flag. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And we are back for the marked out 125 here from the Richmond Raceway. Pit stops have been complete. Matt Burgess leading the way with an excellent pit stop. 13.8 seconds in the box. Chris Champeau came out second with Thomas Harmon third, Kyle Kraus in fourth. Got Joe Slama fifth, PJ Crampton P6, James Watson 7, Matt Horton 8, Paul Cox 9th, and Brandon Bennett in 10th. The rest of the field is going to be Macio Marquez, Sanchez, Pentecoff, Chambers, Pizzacami, Isaacson, Woods, Steinhauser Harris, who just got back onto the lead lap, the lucky dog. And John Lozelle, it looks like he is OUT out. Sam Niederhelm, 23 laps down. Adam Bowden, 25 laps down. And Robert DeVore, 46 laps down. Pulled him back on the track as Sam Niederhelm gets one of his laps back. So he'll be 23 laps down. The lights are out on the pace car. We're going green this time by. Pace car makes that hard left turn into the pits. And we're off and racing. Matt Burgess with an excellent jump there to take the lead. The 38 of Thomas Harmon up on the inside of the 2 of Chris Champeau. They go side by side coming out of turn 2. And Thomas Harmon will take that position. More battling just in behind these guys. The 60 car crash, the 9 of Joe Slama is behind them. The 61 of TJ Cranton as well. And look around the outside. Goes the 60 car crash. He went very deep into turns 1 and 2. I don't think he can maintain that pace for long on the outside as, oh, big sideways was the 12 of Matt Burgess. What happened to him just then? Going to turn 3. And Thomas Harmon making a big lunge. There was probably a very, very late spotter call there. Just sent him around. And that has brought out another caution. Well, something else has happened in the background. 21 of Chambliss has gone around. And looks like he just wasn't prepared for how slow everyone ahead of him was going. Big time hit the brakes. And very light contact with the inside wall. That's very survivable. But this will change things up here a little bit. There is the pace car back out onto the track. And it looks like the 12 of Matt Burgess is going to resume the lead. Sometimes iRacing is very touchy about when it'll throw a caution. Other times, it's not picky enough. So 42 laps to go. Your order is going to be Burgess, Harmon, Champeau, Slama, Kraus, Crampton, Horton, Watson, Bennett, and Cox in 10th. It's Marquez, Macia, Sanchez, Chambliss, Pisakemi, Isaacson, Pentacup, Steinhauser, Woods, Harris. Lozelle is OUT out. Sam Niederhelm is 22 laps down as he just got the lucky dog wave around. We've got Bowden, who is 25 laps down, and Robert DeVore, who is 46 laps down in 24th position. Looks like we're just waiting on the lights to go out on the pace car so we can get a restart here. Lights are still on, so we'll go at least 2 more times. Currently 40 laps to go in this race. You know what, let's go do a quick little fact check here on 12 of Matt Burgess. He had 4 starts at Richmond Raceway, 7.5 average start, with a 10.25 average finish. Like, he's got no wins, 7 incidents per race. One top 5, 2 top 10s. That's not bad at all. As we are getting ready to go back to green here, we're off and racing. Nice big jump there for the 12 of Matt Burgess. Chris Champeau following suit on the inside line, trying to get around Thomas Harmon. Matt Horton in the 33, setting it 3 wide on Kyle Kraus and Joe Slama. And he backs out of that one, consolidates the P6, but he's still looking to the inside of Joe Slama here to take over the 5th position. Matt Burgess still leading the way. TJ Crampton there now getting up underneath the 33 of Matt Horton. So TJ could try and displace Horton here back to P7. Chris Champeau still working on the inside of Thomas Harmon. Thomas holding on strongly on the outside, and he maintains P2. Or someone going sideways on the back straight, not sure who that was. But they must have gathered it up and kept going. 60 Kyle Kraus sitting there in 4th. We look back at now the 1 of Brandon Bennett. He's battling with Sanchez, who just got all kinds of wrong in 1 and 2. A little bit of a tap there for the 78 of Brian Pizzicami as well. 3 wide they go. That's Pizzicami, Chambliss, and Pentacuff. Pizzicami and Chambliss got around Pentacuff pretty easily there. Frank Isaacson and Corey Steinhauser just behind these guys. Let's go back up towards the front of the pack. Harmon now making a move on the inside of turns 1 and 2. And Burgess with a good run off. What's going to happen here in turn 3? See the 2 of Chris Champeau just lurking there in 3rd. Almost contact as they come out of 4. Burgess still leading the way at the moment. And this is some great racing here. Side by side they go once more to turns 3 and 4. And Thomas Harmon's going to come out on top. Chris Champeau looking for make a quick move here off the inside of the 12 as well. He gets there. This is going to leave Matt Burgess vulnerable now, sitting on the outside line like that. Now Kyle Kraus looks for his chance to take over 3rd. Oh, Harmon, he's gone. What happened to Thomas Harmon there? Coming into turn 3. And, oh, Chris Champeau. Like he got on the brakes a little bit too hard, started to slide up the track. At the same time, Thomas Harmon was coming down. He's hitting a double tap, and then the 12 of Matt Burgess finishing him off. Around goes Thomas Harmon, and just kissing that outside fence. And that will bring out another caution. And that just changed the complexion of this race completely. Everyone's checking up. The field starts to get sorted. Everyone checked up the pace car. And there's a few people pitting. You can see Kraus, Crampton, and Slama have not pitted though. And they are the only three to have not pitted. Actually, Paul Cox in the 3, he didn't pit as well. James Watson's still out there too. We've got 5 cars who did not pit. 66 of Sam Niederhelm gets another lap back. But talk about a change in complexion for the race. That's a big complexion change right there. Wait for everyone to cross the start finish line so we can get an idea of where everyone is at. The top 10 is going to be Kraus, Crampton, Salama, Watson, Cox, Champo, Burgess, Horton, Sanchez, and Harmon is your top 10. I don't think Harmon got tyres either. He's only had an 8.2 second stop. So maybe just a little bit of repair. Then it's going to be Chambliss, Bennett, Pizzakemi, Pentacuff, Isaacson, Marquez, Harris, Woods, Steinhauser, Massey is your top 20. Sam Niederhelm, 21 laps down, getting the next lucky dog as well. He's in 21st. Adam Bowden in 25th. And Robert DeVore. Sorry. Adam Bowden in 22nd, 25 laps down. Robert DeVore in 24th, 46 laps down. And we just have 27 laps to go as it stands right now. Looks like we will possibly get the green here with 25 to go. Yep, the lights are out on the pace car. We'll go green next time by. 25 laps to go. Top 5 are on old tyres. Everyone else, sans Thomas Harmon, on fresh tyres as well. Pace car goes in. We're off and racing once more. Let's see the 39, James Watson. Goes storming around the outside. Oh, we got another big pile up. Lots of people involved in that one. Let's see what unfolded here. You see around the outside of 33 of Matt Horton, and he is very sideways there. This is in turn 2. still trying to gather it up. Sideways again. Thomas Harmon is an absolute pincushion, nowhere to go. Matt Burgess gets caught up in this one as well. Brandon Bennett gets a piece of it. And Bennett and Burgess share a tender loving kiss here on the back straight. And it looks like everyone else is going to get around him without much incident. Now they'll have to go and get some repairs done. And this helps out Kyle Kraus. In fact, this helps out Kraus, Watson, Slammer, Crampton, and Cox. Remember, they all did not pit under that last caution. One of Brandon Bennett is already in the pits. Looks like the 3 of Paul Cox is going to pit. Cox says the old tyres just aren't worth it. So your top 10 is going to be Kraus, Watson, Champo, Slammer, Kraus, Watson, Crampton, Slammer, Champo, Sanchez, Harmon, Horton, Chambliss, Pizzacemi. There's going to be Pentacuff, Marquez, Isaacson, Harris, Steinhauser, Woods, Burgess, Cox, and Massia as your top 19. Brandon Bennett is 1 lap down in the pits. He's getting repairs done. I think the 61 of TJ Crampton's coming into pit now as well. So he's going to drop to the back of the pack. Sam Niederhelm is now 20 laps down. He's still in 21st. Adam Bowden 22nd, 25 laps down. John Lozelle, OUT out, 36 laps down in 23rd. Robert DeVore, 46 laps down in 24th. But each lap he completes brings him 1 lap closer to John Lozelle. In fact, he's only got 10 laps before he will catch up and overtake John Lozelle for position. As Brandon Bennett now goes 3 laps down in the pits. So it's Kraus, Watson, Slammer, Champo, Sanchez, Harmon, Horton, Chambliss, Pizzacemi, Pentacuff now. With Marquez, Isaacson, Steinhauser, Harris, Woods, Cox, Burgess, Massia, Crampton. Everyone's starting to get formed up, so we'll probably get the 1 to go signal this time by. How's Jaron Sanchez up there in P5? It's only his 2nd race back after taking a very long time out of the seat. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to get the green here with just 19 laps to go. The pace car goes in. And we're off and racing. Kraus storming away from Slammer right now. Slammer experimenting with some alternate dimensions. The 4 of Sanchez looking to make some magic happen on the inside of Watson. The 33 of Horton hasn't learned his lessons from the last restart, trying to go up onto the top shelf once more. He was on the outside of 3 wide with Pizzacami and Harmon. Had a mind blank there for a second. 21 Chambliss on his inside now. Oh, and Chambliss is sideways. Oh, he's back up the track. Oh, nowhere for Steinhauser and Burgess to go. Let's roll that one back and have a look. Coming out of turn 4. But the 21 of Chambliss just getting into the gas a little bit too hard. You see he gets sideways there. Tries to save it. You see he's got a little bit of right hand into it. And once you see he realizes that it's just going to keep on sliding, he gets onto the brakes. All 4 tires locked up. He's back into the racing line. Nowhere for Steinhauser or the 12 of Matt Burgess to go. Pentacuff caught a little bit of damage there as well from Steinhauser. But Steinhauser and Burgess are going to be OUT out of this race. I dare say same story for the 21 of Chambliss. The Kyle Kraus catches up to the pace car now. Got 16 laps to go as it stands. That crash happened on lap 109. And we're drawing ever closer to the end of this race. There's 61. TJ Cranton getting a wave around. He actually had a penalty from the restart a couple of cautions ago. So he's got himself back onto the lead lap now. So the way your order is going to be Kraus, Slama, Champo, Watson, Sanchez, Pizzacami, Harmon, Horton, Marquez, Harris, Woods, Isaacson, Massia, Pentacuff, Cox, Crampton. You got Chambliss, Steinhauser, and Burgess, 17th, 18th, and 19th, in the pits getting repairs. Got Brandon Bennett, who is 9 laps down, in the pits getting repairs. He's in 20th. Sam Niederhelm, who's 20 laps down, in 21st. Adam Bowden, who's in 22nd, 25 laps down. And Robert DeVore, who is 2 laps away from getting 23rd from John Lozelle. And John Lozelle, OUT, out of this race, currently 44 laps down. So Robert DeVore will actually probably get that position back for the next restart. So he'll start getting officially scored as 23rd. The lights are still on for the pace car. Everyone's starting to get formed up here. It must be on 2 to go. It's great to see Sanchez up towards the front doing well. Thomas Harmon having an incredible fight back right now in P7. The lights are out on the pace car. We'll go green next time by with just 11 laps to go. And still, anything could happen. It's like I have not been actually paying attention to how many cautions we've had so far in this race. I think we're somewhere in the realm of 7 or 8 right now. Field comes through turns 3 and 4. The pace car goes in, but hopefully the final time. We're off and racing once more. Kyle Kraus out to a nice jump. The two of Chris Champeau looking to immediately take advantage of the 9 of Joe Slama. Matt Horton just looming there in the background. I heard contact. I didn't see where the contact was, but I heard it. The 38 Thomas Harmon trying to get underneath of James Watson and Jaron Sanchez. 33 of Matt Horton trying to do the same thing. Got slightly blocked there by the 38 of Thomas Harmon. Got 10 to go, 9 to go when they get to the line this time. And I hear shenanigans. I think there was 2 incidents there. First, let's go back and have a look at the 61 of Cranton. What happened here in turn 3? He goes for a late lunge on the 13 of Travis Massier. That's 3 wide. That's with the 3 of Paul Cox. Cox goes sideways. Contact made with 1 as well. Massier gets out of this pretty scot-free. Low speedway means motorsport drivers go for a slide. Oh, the 3 comes back up the track. Ryan Harris, nowhere to go. Cleans him up. That's where the actual caution is. What happens up here? Oh, the 33 of Matt Horton's already sideways there. He makes contact with the 4 of Sanchez. Goes sliding down the track here. He comes back up. Who's he going to get? It's the 39 of James Watson. Oh, and it looks like the 22. That's Cole Woods. Nowhere to go. Inside wall. Frank Isaacson just gives him a tap. And that'll be day done for both of these two as well. But 2 separate incidents in the 1 crash, or 1 lap there. Kyle Kraus still leading the way. Looks like the 1 of Brandon Bennett has made his way back out onto the track. We're just going to wait for everyone to hit the start finish line so we can get a proper diagnosis of where everyone is at. Because it's going to be a shootout time. Having a look at how many laps we've got left in this race, we're probably only going to get like a 3 lap shootout towards the end. So green, green, white checker. The order for the restart as it stands right now is going to be Kraus, Champeau, Slama, Harmon, Sanchez, Marquez, Pizzacami, Isaacson, Massio, Pentacuff, Cox, Crampton. Got Brian Harrison 13th. Matt Horton is a lap down in 14th. Sam Niederhelm's just got a lap back. James Watson, he's out. He's 2 laps down. Cole Woods is out. He's 2 laps down. Got Corey Steinhauser in 17th. He's out, 9 laps down. Brian Chambliss is out 10 laps down. Matt Burgess out 10 laps down. Brandon Bennett, who is on track and could actually gain a couple of positions here. He's 15 laps down. Sam Niederhelm, he's in 21st, 19 laps down. Adam Bowden, 25 laps down in 22nd. And Robert DeVore, 46 laps down in 23rd. So that is the state of the battlegrounds here at the end of the race. We're officially on 5 to go now. We will get the restart with 3 to go. Got 13 cars on the lead lap. The lights will go out on the pace car for hopefully the last time. If we do go into overtime, we get 2 attempts at a green, white checkered finish. Everyone is all lined up. Brian Harris with some heavy front end damage there. He's towards the back of the pack. Here we go. The pace car is in. The 60 car Kraus with a quick getaway. Champo still sitting there in second. The battle right now is for third between Slammer and Harmon. On the extreme outside there was, I think that's the 5 of Mark Pentacuff. He's currently down in 10th. But no, he's down to 12th. Side by side goes Slammer and Harmon. 2 to go. What will happen here on the last lap? For Jones Sanchez in P4. He's looking to make some moves. White flag, last lap, last chance to win it or wear it. And it looks like the win is definitely... Oh, big slide for the 2 of Chris Champeau. He's hit the inside fence. And I think he broke his left front, but coming out of turn 4, the winner, the hometown hero, the 60 of Kyle Kraus. P2 is going to go the way of Thomas Harmon. P3 goes Slammer, and I can hear shenanigans at the end of the race. Oh, lots of shenanigans. Let's see what happened here to cause shenanigans. 61 of Crampton battling it out with Pizzakemi. These guys battling over 6th position. What happens? Does someone get loose or is it someone get tight? Crampton very loose. Overcorrects into the side of Pizzakemi. And sideways they both go across the line. And the 2 of Chris Champeau was already sideways at the line. What happened to Chris? Oh, he got loose as well and spun in sympathy. But your winner here for the marked out 125 to 60 of Kyle Kraus. He's going to bring it to the front straight. Let's see if he does some burnouts for us and for his hometown fans. Oh no, he's just going to go park it straight into victory lane. There you go. He doesn't need to do a burnout because, well, he does it in style. So with that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have driver interviews. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Okay, it is time for driver interviews. We're kicking things off with the Autism Awareness Hard Charger Award winner. Tonight's Hard Charger is, of course, tonight's winner, the 60 car of Mr. Kyle Kraus, as I'm on the wrong person. Oh, there we go. Kyle, great race for you out there. You decided to not take tires with everyone else towards the end of the race and just try and survive up towards the front. And not an easy task to do, but made it a little bit easier with all those cautions towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I thought track position was going to be key there at the end with, with that many laps left. I felt like maybe tires wouldn't make such a difference, and the track position was going to be way more important because I felt like there'd probably be at least a couple of more cautions that I could hopefully just ride it out and hold on for a top five. Was my goal.
Now let's talk about the race as a whole. It was a very unlike output kind of race. A lot of cautions out there. It's kind of reminiscent of the clash at the LA Coliseum. What was the race like for you? Not just trying to hold on for the win there towards the end, but just you know surviving all those cautions.
Yeah, the cautions weren't too bad. I mean, it was nice that we got that really long green flag run. Really tried to manage the tires and was pretty pleased with how I did there. And when there were incidents, I was able to dodge a couple of spins in front of me and keep the car clean. So, just did the best I could to take care of the car and the tires.
All right, now let's look forward towards the next week. We're going to be going to the Watkins Glen International Raceway. What's the feeling like for you as we head towards upstate New York?
Well, if I can make the race next week, I'm really looking forward to it. I love the road courses. Wish we could have more of them on the calendar. So I'm ready.
All right, Thomas. Kyle, before we let you go here tonight, anyone you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, man. Thanks to you in the booth for making the races enjoyable to go back and watch. Thanks to the admins and everybody that puts on the league and everybody that shows up every week.
All right. Thank you very much for coming out, Kyle. Thank you for everything you do behind the scenes as well with the website and the Discord bots. We look forward to hopefully seeing you next week when we go to Watkins Glen.
Thanks, Corey.
All right, guys. So that was tonight's winner and the Hard Charger Award winner. Of course, it's the 60 of Mr. Kyle Kraus. Coming up next, we are going to have our second place getter. And it was a very hard fought second place for the one, the only, the Thomas Harmon. Thomas, congratulations on coming home P2, but it wasn't without its trials and tribulations, especially with you bringing out the first caution.
Yeah, that was definitely not part of my plan. I definitely made it hard for myself by doing that. But yeah, it was a long race working my way back through the field and then having to do it again.
Now, we did have quite a few cautions in this race and a long green flag run. I mean, the green flag run probably wouldn't have helped you too much, but all those cautions, getting people while they were making mistakes on fresher or older tires, would have definitely helped you out with carving your way back through the field.
Yeah, passing if when somebody didn't make a mistake was really hard. And when we did make a mistake, though, yellow flag would shortly follow. But yeah, it really hard to pass without somebody making a mistake because we were all just so even tonight.
Now, let's talk about the damage to your car because you were caught up in a couple of incidents later on in the race as well. You didn't get any damage in that first caution, but you got caught up with Matt Burgess a time or two. He did a little bit of door slamming with him as well. What was the damage like on your car?
I know after uh, the first time I got looped, well, the only time I got looped around, but I had about 40 seconds of damage, so it was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure my car was going to be close to killed, but um, somehow this tank held it together, and I guess we'll have to bring it back for the next short track.
All right, well, let's look forward towards the next week. Not a short track, but we're going to the road course of Watkins Glen. The feeling like for you as we head up into upstate New York.
I like driving at the Glen. Hopefully, I'll be towards the front at the end, but got a few new guys, and I don't know what they're like on road, so they might be pretty challenging. Um, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Watkins Glen and hopefully get another W up there.
All right, Thomas, before we let you go here tonight, anyone you want to give a quick shout out to?
Yeah, shout out to you up in the booth, all the fans that watch each week, the drivers that show up, uh, all the admins, drivers council, and everyone on the side of the car.
All right, Thomas, thank you very much for coming out. Congratulations on coming home P2. We look forward to seeing what you can do next week at the Glen.
All right, Corey, I'll see you there. Have a good one.
All right, guys, so that was our second place getter. Very luckily, second place, the 38 of Thomas Harmon. Coming up next, we've got a bloke who is fairly new to the league. He's come home with his first podium in his Output Racing League career. Of course, it is going to be the 9 of Mr. Joe Slama. Joe, congratulations on capturing your first podium here in the Output Racing League. Took you less than a season, and you're definitely showing that you're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. It was fun to actually get to run in the top 5 for a good portion of the night, and just stayed out there when a group of the cars pit. There was about 5 of us that stayed out, and I think the cautions just kind of fell my way, and got a little lucky there at the end. Was racing Thomas, and he got by me there coming out of 2 on the final lap, and then Chris just had some bad luck there, and I kind of lucked my way into 3rd, but I'll take it. I think overall it's a good improvement for me, just running top 5 most of the week or most of the race, and hopefully we can just build some momentum and keep it going.
Well, hopefully so. I mean, you also had the league owner on your tail there towards the end, Darren Sanchez. But let's talk about the race as a whole. a lot of cautions, which is not typical of an output race. Even around a short track, we don't typically have too many cautions. But what was the race like for you as a whole?
Yeah, I mean the restarts and the first few laps after were a little touchy. I mean the car was pretty loose off the corners if you try to get in the gas too hard. So I think that was kind of a cause of a lot of the cautions, just people trying to overdrive and a lot of close racing. I mean, you had to kind of pinch the guy down on the inside if you wanted to maintain your position on the outside. So you had to be aggressive. But we did have some long runs there, and it was overall fun racing. And I mean, I think this is my fifth or sixth race total with these guys, and yeah, I mean, definitely a few more cautions the last couple of weeks, but it's to be expected early in the season. Everyone's kind of getting the hang of these cars, and just feeling everyone out. And I'm sure we'll clean it up here, but still pretty good racing overall.
All right, so now let's look forward towards next week. We're going to be going to upstate New York to go for a race around the Glen. What's the feeling like for you as we head into Watkins Glen next week?
Well, just got some new equipment, new wheel upgrades, so hopefully that suits me well at the road course. But I'm kind of hit or miss with the road courses. I can run a good hot lap, but I gotta learn how to translate that into the race. So just kind of looking for a top 10 out of there, and that'd be a good day for me.
All right, Joe, before we let you go here tonight, anyone you want to give a quick shout out to?
I mean, just all the guys here at Output Racing. I mean, it's nice to find a league that runs a little more catered to the West Coast guys, and it's fun racing with them. So just want to thank everyone here, the guys that run it, and thank you for putting on the broadcast. It's cool to go back and watch that every week.
All right, Joe, thank you very much for coming out. Congratulations on coming home P3. We look forward to seeing what you can do next week with your new equipment when we go to Watkins Glen.
Thanks, Corey.
All right, guys, that was our third place getter here tonight, the 9 of Mr. Joe Slama. And what a way to kick off his career here in the Output Racing League. But that'll be it for us. I've been your commentator, the Aussie Sim commentator. And don't forget to check us out next week when we go to Watkins Glen. So we'll see you then.